What up, what up? You already know this your boy T-Dog was blazing the sports. Guys, what up, man? This is a live video for the people that are new. Maybe you catch this on replay. Thank you. Thank you for taking time to click on this video. Hope you enjoy the content, because the content that's going to come next, I really don't know. I give it to you raw, unedited, uncut, back at it, working, grinding. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it can be mediocre. But I promise you, I will give you my best and nothing less. Listen, man, there's no secret. Two of the biggest stars in the sport of boxing, at least in our generation, and honestly, you can say two of the biggest stars that can be compared to any generation. I'm not saying they're bigger, but they stick out. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. Many don't want to see a second fight. Many do. But the one thing that looks like they may be in common is that both of these guys might fight again this year. And Manny Pacquiao, the thing about Manny Pacquiao, guys, some would agree, some would disagree. But Manny Pacquiao has been fighting so damn long that even at one point, if you hated him or disliked him, he done grew on you. If you really followed the sport, he done grew on you all these years that some fights you might have been rooting against Pacquiao, and now you find yourself rooting for him. Think about it. Years ago, you might be like, I don't care about no Manny Pacquiao, blah, 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 right? All your favorite fighters have, during those eras, they left. They disappeared. Poof, they're gone. And he's still around. Guys, Manny Pacquiao, it was brought to our attention that this guy had held a major title in the last 4 decades. That's crazy. That's crazy to have a tie some kind of way. Maybe you didn't start the beginning of one decade, you didn't end the last one in the 4th decade. But this guy has held a title in 4 decades. You can love Manny or hate Manny, but the one thing you have to do is appreciate this man and what he brings to the sport. The Expert Genius, I'm late, but here I'm also hit the like button on the way in. Thank you, my friend. I already knew you was back at it, like a crack at it, giving these boxing geekers this word. Listen, guys, you know how I do it, right? I take breaks, right? I go to lunch. I didn't get a later lunch today because they got me so busy. Guys, unfortunately, probably all of next week, they're going to take my lunch, but they're going to pay me for it. But still, it's horrible when you work a straight 9-hour, 10-hour day, almost in one spot. You know, like get them to the bathroom. There's no lunch break. But what I'm going to do is, right, I'm going to find ways, instead of taking those bathroom breaks, I'm gonna give you guys at least about, I'm gonna find some videos. It's probably not going to be live, but I'm going to get you some work. Now let's talk about it. Manny Pacquiao, congratulations. Listen, like I said this, man, you can hate or whatever. Congrats. And you know what makes all this so good, that how this ties into Floyd Mayweather. You want to know how that ties in? I explain it to you. When Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao, my boy Expert Genius says, I'm dropping some videos in your absence. Go live, man. I'm looking for him, bro. I'll be at my desk, man. I'll be at my desk. Now, the one thing that makes what Manny Pacquiao is currently doing so good, and how it makes Floyd Mayweather look even better, because when Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd Mayweather, they said that Floyd Mayweather, he aged out Manny. Which honestly, I gotta be honest, that's hard to believe when Floyd Mayweather is the older fighter. How does an older fighter age out a younger fighter? Well, I don't know, I don't get it. But would it, you know what? Somebody might say, he did! He aged him out! Yes, he did! I'll tell you right now, that aged out Manny Pacquiao is doing some real work on these young Thundercats. Adrian Broner, he got the business. Jesse Vargas, he got the business. Keith Thurman, he got the business. And this is all after a washed up, supposedly Manny Pacquiao loses to Floyd Mayweather. But this is a video that we got to talk about this, man. Floyd Mayweather, right? You saw the title. If you didn't see the title, let me give it to you. Dana White did an interview, and he said that working with Floyd Mayweather is very easy. Working with Al Heyman is extremely easy. And Floyd Mayweather and I were at a game. We had a conversation, and we agreed, and like men, we shook on it. Floyd ain't doing no shit in the UFC, and it didn't matter when Floyd fought Pacquiao. Manny wasn't beating him at all. I agree. The one thing I'm saying, Charles, is that the people that said Manny was washed up, honestly, he was not washed up, because look what he's doing. Manny Pacquiao is a great fighter. Listen, I'm not taking that away. Because one fighter is better than another fighter doesn't mean that that one guy is not great. He was. Listen, Manny Pacquiao is 41 years old and putting hands and feet on undefeated Keith Thurman. I know he was out for a while, came back, but still, that's Keith Thurman. Adrian Broner, I think most of us was like, I got to go with Pacquiao. Broner fights like his hands cuffs. You know, he don't let his hands go. Most people thought Pacquiao was going to win. I thought Pacquiao was going to win. I won money off of that fight. Thank you, Pac. A matter of fact, listen, I will be forever grateful in Adrian Broner and Manny Pacquiao debt, because it was that fight that I covered and did my call-ins and did my commentating. That fight is the one that took me from, man, I don't know, it put me on the map. It put me on the map. That video got about, 800 and some thousand views. I had 14,000 watching the Blaze live at one time. In the building, the one, the only American path to travel. What it do? Better yet, what it does. Mikey about to get the business. 2, I'm a Pacquiao fan, but Floyd got 26 title defenses, 24 wins over former and current champions, and 12 wins over former and current linear champions. Greatness for both. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Even though remember, my thing is right now, I'm not taking away from neither one of these fighters. The better Pacquiao do, the more it adds on to Floyd Mayweather's legacy. Just being honest, right? If Pacquiao beats Keith Thurman, beats Earl Spence Jr., beats Terrence Crawford, hypothetically, hypothetically, don't turn my head off. If he beats these guys, that only adds to Floyd Mayweather. Because remember, people said that Floyd Mayweather aged out Manny Pacquiao. He wasn't the same Manny Pacquiao. Blah, blah, blah. But if that was an aged out Manny Pacquiao, how is he doing these young bucks like this? Listen, Manny Pacquiao still showed us that he has speed, timing, the will to win. Chopping it up with the bigger fighters. Keith Thurman. I take my hats off to both of these guys, man. Listen, but I got a question. Guys. Question of the day. I am not talking about prime versus prime, because I might be biased. I'm a big Floyd Mayweather fan. But right now, if Floyd Mayweather came back to boxing, right, Charles, they both are Hall of Fame. If Floyd Mayweather came back to boxing right now, current age, assuming he's in his best shape for his age, how does he fare against Terrence Crawford? How does he fare against Errol Spence Jr.? And heck, for the fun of it, how does he fare against Shawn Porter? I think right now, guys, it's hard to argue that Shawn Porter, Errol Spence Jr., and Terrence Crawford are probably the 3 top guys, right, in the welterweight division. I mean, yeah, they're probably the 3 top. We have to see Keith Thurman get back at it again, but right now, and the guys, I'm not talking about Pacquiao because Floyd Mayweather already fought Pacquiao. So, it's not talking about Pacquiao. But if Floyd Mayweather came back, and remember, these guys are in their prime. These guys are like prime wine. How does Floyd Mayweather do right now? Can Floyd Mayweather, 50-0, would he come back? Can he beat all 3 of them guys? Can he beat them all? Or are all 3 fights debatable? Maybe winnable? Or do you see some definite losses? Let me know. And guys, as you let me know, do me a favor, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Listen, this is your boy T-Dub. I'm back at it, like a crack at it. Giving you boxing geekers. Ooh. This work. Smash the like button. If you ain't smashing a like, you ain't smashing right. Let's see what we got here. Both Hall of Famer. Floyd was, oh, the damn it, bro. Exactly, Charles D. That's what I said, man. People were saying that Floyd Mayweather was aging out Manny Pacquiao, but how can an older fighter age out a younger fighter? It's not going to happen, right? So T-Dub in his 30s. There's somebody else that's 28 years old. Me and this guy don't fight for another 5 years. This time, T-Dub, believe it or not, will be in his 40s. This guy will still be in his early 30s. You aged him out. All right. But we know that's not the case. We know it. The great footwork, key point is how good of shape he's coming in. I'm assuming the best shape he can. Does he get a tune-up? Yes, he get one tune-up. He get a tune-up against somebody he should beat up. You know, like, not a tough tune-up, but it'd be like a Floyd Mayweather, I don't know, against, it'd be like a named old fighter. You know, let me see. A rematch against Zab Judah. You know not, Zab might have had a head injury lately. I don't remember. Let me see. He fought an older fighter that he haven't fought before. And you know, nothing that should be too tough. And then he jumped into the ring with a Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence Jr. Crawford, skills, dog, angles, Spence, sheer force, power, tight guard, bang the body, hard kicks like karate, no stopping. Shawn Porter, a pit bull that don't care how much you claw, how much you bite, how much you scratch. He is not going to stay off of you. Once he get on you, it is flies on shit. The only thing you feeling is the bites and the buzzing, and it won't go away. How a prime Floyd Mayweather do with Shawn Porter right now, who's in his prime. Errol Spence Jr. right now, who's in his prime. And remember, I'm talking about Errol Spence Jr. comes back, fights one time. Everybody knows that his faculties are together. And it turns Crawford in his prime. What do you think? What do you think? American Patriot Floyd got nothing to prove. He should stay retired. And this, honestly, I'm going to touch on that. If you ask me, I'm a Floyd Mayweather fan. He shouldn't come back. He should not compete in boxing. He should not compete in UFC. He should not do anything. Any loss. If Floyd would have lost that exhibition bout to Tension, right? Let's say it would have went 3 rounds. There was no knockdown. And let's say they'd have gave Tension the decision. Do you know how many people would have discredited Floyd? You know how many posts when that Floyd... Listen, Floyd is one of them guys that some of the boxing people that really want to root to do failure. They would take anything and try to tear down his whole career. And if you gross, I don't know what his bank account looking like, but if you gross $1 billion, $1 billion, listen, I probably can't even count to $1 billion without having to stop. You grossed it, which means it added up. You what 43 years old? I'll be 43 in a month, something like that. I wouldn't, man. I wouldn't do it. You know, I don't even know about a rematch with Pacquiao. You know, because Pacquiao, I don't know, man. Floyd been out too long. He's been out too long. Crawford is going to always talk game. Pacquiao always wants a do-over. Errol Spence did spend time in the gym with Floyd. That was when Earl was younger. And Earl was younger. And Floyd, I believe, had just got out of jail. So that was probably, it's boring. Listen, it's boring, guys. There's footage right now of a guy that actually, they say, got the better of Floyd when Floyd first came back. You never hear of that guy in boxing. I mean, sparring, listen, anything can happen, man. It's what you do going forward. Again, but taking nothing away from nobody. Pastor Travis, I think Floyd should stay retired. He got nothing to prove. Porter would be a good fight for Floyd. Likes to fight fighters like Porter, but expert genius. You know what? But Sean Porter is a different fighter. Like, I guess the closest one would be Marcus Maidana, right? That'd be the closest one, Marcus Maidana. But Sean Porter is just going to come there, use his head, his elbows, and he's going to stay so close to Floyd that he's going to try to stop Floyd, but not being able to use the speed, not being able to counter. And that's the thing about Floyd, man. Listen, things that Sean Porter is able to get away with. See, Sean Porter was able to jump in on Andre Berto, jump in on Adrian Broner, and they couldn't really catch him and do what they need to do. Jump in on Keith Thurman. Floyd Mayweather, the old Floyd, I don't know about this Floyd, the old Floyd Mayweather would time him in a fucking heartbeat. The old Floyd Mayweather would time him like a heartbeat. Boom, 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 boom. Soon as he jump in, boom, right on point. Hit him, pivot, step out. And now Sean Porter got trying to close that gap again. Listen, I told you I'm very biased. The old Floyd Mayweather. Listen, a lot of these people wouldn't even be a conversation. Competition, yes. Conversation for me, I don't know, man. I think the toughest one for me would be, I think Sean Porter would get outboxed. This is the prime Floyd Mayweather, prime. Sean Porter would get outboxed, and I think Floyd beats Errol Spence Jr. And Terrence Crawford would be a very tough matchup. And I think I see Floyd Mayweather winning the back half of that fight to separate for a decision. But that's prime, That's a fantasy matchup that may not happen. If he comes back, they're going to talk about this. Let's see. Floyd, seeing all these styles, he'll need a tune-up to shake that rust off. Maybe a couple tune-ups. Porter gives him hell like the first Maidana fight times 10. It's like I said, man. Porter he has a different aggression, man. He's different. He's not giving you space. But see, this old Floyd, we just don't know. Listen, I'm telling you right now, Floyd Mayweather does not have the same speed he used to have. He does not. I don't even know if he had the legs he used to have. I don't know. Bo knows things, but Bo don't know this. I don't know. Porter would be a good fight for Floyd. Likes to fight. Okay, I read that. Seeing all style, it must have jumped on me. The expert genius, Bud by majority decision over Floyd, Spence by split decision over Floyd, Floyd by majority decision over Porter, Porter, right? Floyd by it ran away. Where'd it go? All right, Floyd by unanimous decision over Garcia. Floyd by split decision over Thurman. So you got Crawford and Earl Spence beating the living legend. Ooh wee! Chad in the building was cracking. Chad. What the hell? Hey, somebody get Chad, man. Get that out of here. Somebody get Chad. Somebody put that old torch. Can I do it? I don't know if I can do it on here. Somebody put that old torch on Chad, man. Somebody put that torch on Chad, bro. You know, get him. Let's see. Pryor and Floyd beats them all. I think so. Anthony Johnson was cracking, homie. I get down like what? Guys, get these guys. Get Anthony Johnson and Chad. Get them guys out of here, man. Get them guys out of here. Floyd has the best check hook in the game for Porter. Floyd has stamina like a bitch. All right, now let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. First of all, guys, Dana White said that him and Floyd Mayweather has agreed that he will come back and do some type of crossover, some type of fight. He said in the UFC. I imagine if Floyd's going to, if he does do it, it's going to be a stupid amount of money. Will I advise it? No. But let's say he does it, right? Let's say Floyd Mayweather comes back, right? And he does something with the UFC. The only way I see this flying, the only way, is if he fights, what's the dude they beat? The dude that beat Conor McGregor like shit, right? They beat him, Khabib, right? If he fights Khabib, and it can be in 4-ounce gloves, but there's no takedowns allowed. There's no takedowns or submission holds allowed. Basically, it is stand-up boxing with 4-ounce gloves. That's the only way I see Floyd Mayweather agreeing to some shit like that. Otherwise, Floyd Mayweather's like, no, I'm not about to go into your sport, fight one of your top dogs, or not even one of your top dogs. Because listen, the top dogs are famous because a lot of times people start getting behind them, but there's guys out there that's not famous, but will give you a worse ass whooping, excuse my language, than the guys that are famous. Floyd shouldn't do it. He should. If Floyd, listen, I honestly would not knock it if a 43-year-old Floyd Mayweather came out and fought Khabib or even McGregor in 4-ounce gloves, but it's boxing rules. Boxing rules, 4-ounce gloves. You know? All right, whatever. Whatever. Anything outside of that with leg kicks, submission hold, triangles, nah. Listen, that'd be bad. Very bad. Super bad. You know, for Floyd. Very. There's Virginia Pretty Boy. Floyd stops Porter, Garcia, Thurman. Majority decision over Bud and Spence. We're talking about right now, right? And Porter has a great stamina too. Porter has great stamina. I don't think Floyd has the pop to keep Porter. Honestly, he'd be in Floyd's chest, but Floyd would get on the points. Khabib would kill him. That would be no kicks or grabbing if he does do it. Hold on, Charles D. You think in a boxing match with 4-ounce gloves that Khabib will win? Now, if it did have submission, if it was completely UFC rules, mixed martial arts rules, then Khabib punished Floyd. Khabib puts him in shit and have Floyd say uncle. Say uncle. Uncle. Say, I'm the big dog. You know, he'll make Floyd say whatever he wants. But if it's boxing rules and 4-ounce gloves, no kicking, no submission, boxing rules, Floyd wins. Floyd wins. And the thing about it is, Floyd Mayweather is so big in as an athlete, because I can't say the sport of boxing. He is big as an athlete that he can actually determine rules. If you want him to go into your stuff, you cannot dictate Floyd to do nothing. He can dictate you to do it because he's bringing you the money. Floyd Mayweather goes to the UFC, even if it's a boxing match, the biggest event the UFC going to do. Hands down. Facts. I was saying Khabib will lose. Oh, yeah. Khabib will lose if it's hand to hand. He'll get punished. Straight rights, straight hands. Floyd wins. Only way he will lose is the 4-ounce gloves. He has a brittle hands. You know what? He does. But when has Floyd Mayweather ever stopped fighting because of his hands? Remember, even when he breaks his hands, he always finishes the fight. He'll change up. He might use his jabs only or his right hands only, but he'll always finish the fight. And remember, even old man Floyd, I think for a UFC fighter, his legs are good enough to get away. You know? But listen, man, something's going to happen. Listen, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Floyd Mayweather has been talking it up. Dana White, something's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Do I want it to happen personally? No. I don't. I'd rather him stay retired. Let the haters feel like that's the one that got away. See, right now the haters are targeting current boxers like Deontay Wilder. He's getting targeted. Errol Spence Jr. He's getting targeted. Right now, those are the guys that they want to discredit. Those are the guys that they're trying to look at their resume and dissect it. Take their accomplishment and minimize it. Those are the guys. Floyd Mayweather is the one that got away. They threw everything at Floyd. The Cottos, Mosleys, Pacquiao, Garcias, Maidanas, Castillo, Corrales, Manfredi. They threw everything. Was it Endo, whatever his name is. They threw everything at him. Gotti. God, my gosh. God rest Gotti's soul. But man, Floyd Mayweather gave Gotti. Listen, that is my favorite performance by Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather versus Gotti. God, that was, to me, was when his mind, IQ, and what he can do physically in the ring was right on line with each other. Like, listen, they didn't work that work, man. Cotto was in the audience that night. He didn't work that work after that. Ricky Hatton was in the audience that night. He didn't work that work after that. Shane Mosley was probably still talking about he had a toothache. He didn't want that work at that time. I'm telling you, bro. Listen. Let's get it. Pretty Boy Floyd was the prime and no hands injury. Money Mayweather on the other side of his prime. Pretty Boy Floyd was dangerous, man. I know, but that would be his shot at losing. Yeah. No cushion in 4-ounce gloves. Yeah. Especially if Charles D, if he punches a forehead. If Floyd Mayweather, and to me, if I was going to fight Floyd, that's a good point. Like, listen, he's very fucking accurate. If you see his punches coming, you can't get out the way. Do yourself a favor. You might have to take one on the forehead. Took your chin to your chest, bend forward, and try to catch that shot here. Hopefully, he can either damage his hands enough that he'll stop throwing that punch. Let me see. That's an ass whooping. And Floyd called that ass whooping. Yes, he did, bro. Floyd Mayweather said that he was on an interview. He said, listen, what did he say? He's a C plus fighter. I'm an A plus fighter, or maybe he called him a C minus fighter. And he said, I'm gonna beat him in his hometown bad. I remember that, man. And Floyd Mayweather went out there, bro, and put his hands on him. Listen, I'm not lying, bro. That made me go to the gym like, shit, maybe I can put a hands, you know. Let's see, only thing I'm mad at Floyd about is ducking my boy Paul Williams. George, what's going on? Gotti, yeah, Arturo Gotti, man. Arturo Gotti got some legendary fights. He had some legendary fights. But for Floyd Mayweather, you know, he was too slow. You know, like, Gotti is probably more famous for his trilogy with Mickey Ward, right? That was probably like, you know, for the Warrior. And listen, those fights were amazing. I mean, those fights had drama. In one round, that it has so much drama. Because Ward, Mickey Ward could be putting hands on Gotti, looking like Gotti about to go out. Gotti come back, put hands on him. Listen, those are fights you can enjoy to this day. But when you watch Gotti versus Floyd Mayweather, listen, that's not enjoyment. That's torture. From Floyd, listen, I swear to you. When I saw that fight, I went to the gym and I was trying to practice. Like, God damn, did he really just hit Arturo Gotti with the same right hand 4 times in a row? Bow, 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 bow. Like, man, people give Floyd Mayweather. Buster in the building. Buster McDonald. West Side, what's cracking, homie? What you say, homie? Yeah, get freak out of here. I'm down. What is that? What is that? Getting freaky out here. I'm down. Hey, get that Buster, man. Somebody get that Buster, man. Please. If any riches are in the house, do me a favor. Smack that Buster. Burn him. Torch him. Scorch the earth with him. Please. Cremate him. Charles D said, he said, I'm going to embarrass him in front of his fans. Yeah. Beat the hell out of him in Atlantic City. Bro, and he did. That fight was, you're right. That fight was all wrong for Gotti. Gotti had wars, yeah. I wonder how big of a delay, man. How big of a delay that I have here? I don't know. I think I got maybe a minute delay or something crazy. George said he ain't Doug Paul Williams. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. All right, so let's talk about that then. All right, so we got Paul Williams. Some people say that he avoided Paul Williams. They say he avoided Margarito. You know what? I think Floyd Mayweather, he didn't avoid Margarito. It was either fight Margarito or fight Gotti. And I get it. At that time, Margarito didn't bring nothing to the table. I think the money may have been close to similar. I don't know. Oh, no, it wasn't. Because Gotti, I believe, I could be wrong. Gotti, I believe, was Floyd Mayweather's first pay-per-view fight. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, guys. Because I could be. I'm going off of memory. I don't get a chance to read a lot. I'm going off of memory. And Gotti brought more to the table. Gotti was more famous. People knew who Arturo Gotti was when they didn't know who Margarito was. Now, Margarito was one of those come forward, take shots, to give you shots. Come to find out later, he was giving shots with some fucking dried up cement plastic wraps. But I think he really fought the fights. See, listen, it's always somebody out there who they're going to say ducking somebody. But if Floyd Mayweather is continually to fight the top 90, if you look at Floyd Mayweather's resume, guy, listen, he earned everything he got. Look at the guys he fought when he was 20, 21, 22 years old. Look at the time he became champion. Floyd Mayweather is the opposite of a lot of the fighters today. Think about it. A lot of the top fighters today, when they get a belt, not all of them, when they get a belt, they don't really fight the guys that either held belts with them or you know what? Have you noticed that a lot of fighters today fight a whole lot of goddamn mandatories that nobody know? Yeah, you know some of them, but you don't know a lot of them. Instead of unifying, they always fight a mandatory. Even sometimes the mandatory hasn't even been called. But they fighting. Floyd Mayweather was fighting. Listen, man. He fought Diego Corrales when Diego Corrales. Castillo when he was Castillo. You know, what's the drunken master name? Augustus. Is Emmanuel Augustus. He fought these guys when these guys were well, I would say Emmanuel was maybe not quite his prime, you know, but still a meeting by Floyd Mayweather again, one of the toughest tests of his career. Listen, pretty boy Floyd made Money Mayweather. What the hell? Who are these guys? Guys, if you guys have wrenches, can you please, if you see any of the stupid comments, I'm not going to read these comments, do me a favor, please smack these guys something serious. I don't get it. This ain't for, listen, you guys might need to go to some other backwood cowboy going down some other long dark road. This ain't the one. Oh, so the thing about Paul Williams, right? I did like Paul Williams, right? The one thing about Paul Williams, in my opinion, didn't have much of a defense. He was a good offensive fighter. He threw a volume of punches. He was very tall. The one thing I didn't like about Paul Williams is Paul Williams would give up his reach and give up his height in a lot of occasions, which got him knocked out against Sergio Martinez. And also, I believe he should have lost to Erislandy Lara. But Paul Williams was the more popular fighter back when he fought Lara. So Lara didn't get the decision, and they gave it to Paul Williams. Let me see. Paul Jacobson won. I'm not sure what you said before that. Ryan Lamb. Gotti was a bum as a fighter, but marketable because he was white. What else? Tyson Fury with KO Wilder in February. No, he won't, son. No, he won't. We can shift gears if you want to. I'm telling you right now, you shifting gears to this heavyweight division talk right now, that's going to fuck up your transmission. If you want to shift gears to Tyson Fury versus Wilder, Anthony Joshua versus Wilder, Dylan White, if you want to do that, just let me know in the comment section. But I'm telling you right now, you shifting gears, you're gonna strip your goddamn gears, you're gonna tear up your damn transmission. You'll blow a hair gas in that conversation. Let's go. Floyd went out to smoke. Yep. Sergio, yep. What I missed. To be Floyd in his prime or today, you have to fight like Carly Maidana or Judah. And they all fought differently, though. But remember, Floyd was a different fighter during those times, man. Floyd was a different fighter, bro. It's when Floyd became more defensive when his hands started breaking more, and he was in the 147-pound division, and a lot of fighters was actually naturally bigger than him. To a lot of people, they know that Floyd Mayweather used to didn't walk around to just maybe a couple pounds. When I say a couple pounds, like 150, 152 pounds above 147. Floyd Mayweather was never really like he was like more like a really 140-pound fighter. That's what he really was more like. When Floyd Mayweather went and fought at 154, to be honest, he didn't even weigh 154. Even when he fought Canelo at that catch weight, he didn't even weigh the catch weight. He's just not a big fighter. And think about this. Any welterweight was fighting somebody else at 154, they typically wouldn't have a problem weighing 154 because they would walk around higher than that. Now, they probably won't rehydrate too much bigger, but they will be able to make 154 pretty easy. Floyd Mayweather never made 154. He just wasn't that big of a fighter. He was just that great of a fighter to compete and dominate in a bigger division. See, I'm missing some, it's jumping on me. I hate the way it jumps like this. Wild boys in the building, what is cracking, homie? Say, what up, Blaze? You already know me. Back here like a crack addict, giving your boxing giggles just work. Guys, listen, she ain't moving right now, but there's a lovely young lady below. Her name is Lola. And guys, if you ever catch my live streams when I'm at home, Lola does more than strike a pose. Oh my gosh! Woo! I dream of Genie. Let's get it. Okay, I read the Tyson Fury. Floyd wanted all the smoke. Got that. Got that. Surgery. Yep, got that. He didn't fight Tall. Him and Bunny fight the same. Yep. Robert Easton Jr. gives up in height. Paul Williams, as tall as Paul Williams was. Oh my gosh, if that dude would have fought tall and fought long, he would have made a nightmare for a lot of people. He just threw a high. Don't get me wrong. I watched every Paul Williams fight I can fight, but I don't get it. That don't mean I can't criticize some things that he gave up. Remember, he ultimately did lose. He got knocked out by Sergio. Listen, that knockout by Sergio Martinez, I see it right now. I remember him falling to the mat with his eyes open like this. Bad. Super bad. Ugly bad. Bringing the girl home from the club 2 p.m. and kicking her out by 5 p.m. before sun come up bad. That bad. It was bad. All right, what you say? Is it? That's not George. Is it George? Damn, it moved on me. It jumped like crazy. Let me go to the bottom. Dwayne in the building. I kind of saw Dwayne. Dwayne in the building. What's cracking, homie? These Kings in the building. What's up, homie? Oh, no. Get them out of here. These Kings. Get them out of here. Guys, do we have ex-Virginians? Please, get these guys. Get them out of here, man. I read their chat. They are spamming me today. Somebody get these guys out of here. Paul Jacobson in the building. It's a great channel, bro. I really appreciate it. Yes, yes. Ryan Lamb said Floyd fighting a woman in UFC debut. Get out of here, man. Why are you hating, bro? Stop throwing salt. Guys, listen, if you see these guys coming here talking that broke back mountain type of stuff, listen, I ain't gonna against them people. They do what they do. This is not that type of rodeo over here. This is not that type of rodeo. All right? Let's go. And came in the ring at 147. Yes. Let's see. What the fuck is this, man? How are these people getting in here like this? I remember he got time for real. I have to jump on him. Okay, let's go to the bottom. Okay. Let's go to the bottom. Paul Jacobson, then why he called himself the Gypsy King. Okay, what did I miss? Okay, that's it. Paul Jacobson. So that's the best opportunity for Floyd to face Keith, and Keith wouldn't turn down a big money fight like that. Towards he was out before he hit the ground. Yes, he was. I think Floyd and Keith Thurman, this from Wild Boys. I think Floyd and Keith Thurman make the most sense because Keith been called out Floyd. Oh, it disappeared on me. Hold on. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? That shit jumped like crazy because Keith been calling out Floyd for a minute. Well, Keith Thurman come out for loss. I don't think it much sense right now. If you're talking about right now, if Floyd Mayweather come back right now, Keith Thurman doesn't make sense right now because Keith Thurman is coming off a loss. Keith Thurman would need to be on a win. Adrian Broner don't make sense right now because Adrian Broner retired, hasn't done nothing, and people lost confidence in Adrian Broner. I don't know who makes sense for Floyd Mayweather right now outside of Manny Pacquiao. Terence Crawford, that wouldn't be a good matchup for him at his age. Errol Spence Jr. wouldn't be a good matchup. Sean Porter wouldn't be a good matchup. Listen, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to think right now, who can Floyd fight? If he comes back to boxing, who does he fight? You know what? Maybe we're completely wrong. Maybe he'll come back and fight somebody at 154. Maybe he'll fight somebody at 140. Maybe it's somebody that we're not even thinking about. Maybe he'll do something crazy and get some kind of stupid fight with Canelo. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's a mystery, man. It's a mystery. Ryan Lamb talking about Amanda Nunes. Bro, listen, why are we talking about a woman fighting a man, man? Ryan, seriously. That is a lose-lose situation for a man because you can't talk about a man beating a woman. Just like when people are talking about, fuck her name is, that Amanda Nunes slept. You know what I'm talking about. You know, you cannot talk about Ronda Rousey. You cannot talk about a woman fighting a man, bro. Listen, first of all, that's super disrespectful because you know he can't. He can't win. If he wins, he loses. He hit a female. If he wins, he loses. So I'm not even going to entertain that at all. George says, disappeared on me. Mayweather versus Canelo is the only fight, but I think Floyd would lose due to inactivity. I don't know, man. I mean, Canelo's a much better fighter, too. And I think Canelo got the referees on his side and boxing's on his side, especially since he's younger. And what platform would it be on since he's under the zone? That's why, Wild Boy, that's why it makes sense because Keith Thurman hasn't been looking good in his past couple of fights. And that would be a good opportunity for Floyd. And you know he's known for taking fights at the right time. Wild Boys, here's the thing: would they make that a pay-per-view fight? See, it's so much involved in this because we don't know exactly. Is Floyd Mayweather coming out? Does he really want a tune-up? If it's truly a tune-up, then that means it cannot be a pay-per-view fight. But Floyd Mayweather is used to a pay-per-view money, which means when he does come back, he wants money. He wants big money. And if it's in the UFC, you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be some custom rules that revolve around boxing, and the glove size may vary. So you're probably going to get Floyd Mayweather without shoes on, without socks on, but he might have 4-ounce gloves, and he might fight somebody in the UFC to where he makes a lot of money. Now, if Floyd Mayweather come back to boxing, remember, he's not just come back to boxing just to box. Floyd Mayweather is not come back to boxing just to fight some old fucking Rudy Pooch and make $20 million. If Floyd coming back to boxing, 43 years old, he is trying to make bank. He needs something sellable. Even if it's a glorified tune-up fight, it got to be enough to at least make the people say, I'll buy it. Wild Boys thinks it's Keith Thurman. Who do you guys think? Who would you throw in the name of that hat? If Floyd Mayweather come back right now, who would you think Floyd Mayweather should fight? That's sellable. Should fight. That's sellable. To me, it's Pacquiao. Guys, isn't it funny that they have not announced a Pacquiao fight yet? Is Pacquiao planning on rematch to Keith Thurman? Is Pacquiao planning on fighting Amir Khan? Is Pacquiao planning on does him and Floyd Mayweather have something working out? What is going on? That was a long time ago. Floyd would have the best shot at beating Pacquiao or Thurman out of all the top welterweights, and I'm just talking from a boxing standpoint. That's come from Wild Boys. Joy says, Floyd never fought a fighter coming off loss since Zab Judah. Bro, that is fact, man. See, the one thing about Floyd Mayweather, even though he's just coming back, the one thing about Floyd Mayweather is, listen, I'm telling you right now, this is why if I was Floyd, I wouldn't come back. They shit it as if they was constipated they would shit as if they was constipated for 6 weeks straight on any kind of struggle or loss he get. They wanted Floyd to lose so goddamn bad. I can almost see them praying tonight. Please let this nigga, please let Floyd Mayweather lose. I can see it. And he didn't lose. He didn't. Now it passed on to, they want to see Deontay Wilder lose. They want to see Errol Spence Jr. lose. Floyd Mayweather, when they were shitting on him back then, Floyd Mayweather, I'm going to say typically, fought fighters coming off either their best or one of their best performances or highs in their career. Even guys you probably figured he was going to beat, they were coming off of one of their best wins when their confidence was here. Their confidence was so high, it was pushing T-Dub sunroof open. It needed more room. Shane Mosley, coming off one of his greatest wins, beating Margarito. Robert Guerrero, coming off one of his best wins, beating Berto. Same thing with Victor Ortiz, right? Same thing with Marcus Maidana, right? These guys were coming off of highs. Even Cotto had just won, I believe, a title at 154. These guys, Canelo was coming off of victory after victory. Canelo haven't lost. Canelo fought people when the people when the people did good enough to catch your attention, and you thought they were somebody. Floyd fought him and beat him, and of course afterwards he got discredited. He beat Manny Pacquiao. They say he aged out Manny Pacquiao, but how do you age out a person that you're older than? How can somebody that's 2 or 3 years older than somebody age a person out that's younger? You can't. Father Time is going to catch you sooner than the younger man. It doesn't make sense. It'll never add up to be $1. I'm just being honest. And while we're being honest, can you honestly say right now that you hit the like button that is blue? Can you say that? Can you honestly say, man, this guy is taking time on his lunch break that's almost over and giving us this boxing work? It is raw. It is uncut, unedited, and he is back at it like a crack at it, giving us boxing geekers. Woo, wait. This work. I got goosebumps. Whew. Subscribe, like, share. I appreciate it. You know I do. I appreciate it. Crawford and Spence are now the top welterweights. They are. They're, listen, I like both of them boys, man. I like both of them, homie. Mayweather's best win was against Miguel Cotto. I don't know. I don't know about that. Paulus Pacquiao. Let me see. But Floyd would need a fight before. Let's go back down to it. Oh, American Press Travel, you say something? American Press Travel said, I would like to see Pacquiao versus Crawford. You know what? That's not going to happen, though. I think Bob Arum shitted on Pacquiao so hard that Pacquiao is not going to go back and try to make any money with him. Pacquiao has so many options with the PBC that in his career, remember, Pacquiao's at the back end of his career. What is he, 41 years old? Even if he fights an Errol Spence Jr. or a Sean Porter. I mean, honestly, at this point, Pacquiao can really retire without fighting any of them guys. But the fact is, as long as he's competing, he's going to be expected to fight good guys. And I just don't think one of them guys is going to be Terence Crawford. If some kind of way that happens, that'd be a miracle. Maybe on 34th Street. I don't know. Paul Jacobson said Terence Crawford would KO Errol Spence Jr. I don't see that. I don't see that. I gotta pay this. Okay. Mayweather's best win was, okay, I read that. Yeah, cutting false surgery at 160. No, it wasn't. It was Diego Corrales. I'm not sure what that was. Errol has been a welterweight his whole career and fought more top welterweights than Crawford. Crawford just moved up to welterweight, and the thing with Terence Crawford is Crawford. Let me get this on. I know it's getting close to the time to close that show, but I started late, man. Listen, they made me take my lunch break late. This is my last lunch break for I don't know when, man. I don't know. But listen, I gotta figure out a way to get this work, guys. Congratulations, the channel, guys. You guys out there, you guys. Francis, Paul, Wild Boys, American Path to Travel, Expert Genius. You guys, Ryan has grown this channel to just a little over 6,000 subscribers, guys. Listen. We should get that. We can get that 10, man. We can get that 10, and we can do bigger things with this. Take it different ways. And to be honest, man, just to say I was here from the beginning, I was here in the middle, I'm here to the end. You know what I'm saying, guys? Listen, let's get it, man. Let's do this. We can do this. Paul Williams, you too, brother. All right, let's see. The best fight Floyd fought was Diego Corrales. Oh, you think that's the best fight? Let's do this. All right, I'm finna walk, guys. Get my keys out the ignition because somebody stole my car. We banging. We banging. All right. Grab this. Let me talk. So, I don't know, man. Floyd Mayweather's best fight. He didn't have so many. Honestly, you know, that might be just a preference for you, for each person. That's a preference. Let me do this for you guys. Hold on. I'm gonna hook you guys up and give you guys some landscaping. There we go. Hold on, guys. Put this in my pocket. We can do our thorough fizzle. Okay. All right, now listen, man. Floyd Mayweather talking about coming back next year. Dana White said him and Floyd Mayweather shook hands and agreed that he would do a UFC event. They don't know what he's going to do yet, but it's supposed to happen next year. Manny Pacquiao, listen, honestly, hate Manny, love Manny. He lost to Floyd, whatever you thought about it. The one thing about this guy is that he has held a world title in 4 decades. Guys, that's crazy. The only fighter to do that, right? That's crazy. I take my hats off to him, right? You know, he's 41 years old when he just beat a Keith Thurman. You know, I would have to agree and say it wasn't the best Keith Thurman we ever seen, but it still was a damn good, you know, pretty good Keith Thurman, you know. Floyd Mayweather, when you talk about his best fights, like I said, that's personal preference, right? When you look at Diego Corrales, listen, I remember that Corrales fight. Man, it's like, I remember the last, what did it go, was it 10 rounds? I don't remember. Well, the last time he knocked Corrales down and Corrales spent to a knee and spent the round, reminded me of like one of them boxing games, like, and they ended up throwing the towel in. And remember this, guys, people say that Floyd Mayweather avoided Paul Williams because Paul Williams was tall. Diego Corrales was, in my opinion, much taller than Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather was doing work. I mean, doing work on Diego Corrales. So, listen, I mean, as long as you bringing up a fight that most people can agree on, I don't think there's no real wrong answer. If you want to say Diego Corrales, that's cool. You want to say Manny Pacquiao, that's cool. You want to say Arturo Gatti, that's cool. It doesn't really matter. You know what? You might want to say Oscar De La Hoya because Oscar De La Hoya pushed him to the brinks, and some people thought that he might have won that. Castillo pushed him pretty good, and some people thought he might have won that. You know. There's some, listen, Floyd Mayweather, even when Shane Mosley caught him and damn near dropped in the second round, and after that second round, Floyd Mayweather beat the dog shit and piss out of him for every round after that. You know, or the Ricky Hatton fight when he took Ricky Hatton the 10th round to that ring post and made him go ring ding dong, ring ding 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 dong. You know, guys, look, I don't even want to go back in, man. I don't even want to go back in. But listen, first of all, congratulations to both of you guys. I hope Floyd doesn't come back. If he does come back, we have to see. Of course, I will do a video on there. And guys, remember, please do me a favor. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you got any friends you know that watch boxing and don't know about your boys, just say, hey, man, give them a try. Subscribe to What's Blazing the Sports. Real cool dude. Give it their work. Back at it. I'm out.